We like to learn some Divrei Torah regarding Torah of Chanukah. Is tonight the 11th or the 10th? What's today's Hebrew date? Anyone know? Today's the 10th? Tonight is the 11th. Tonight is the 23rd year of the passing away of one of our top officers, Dror Weinberg. He studied a bit in Merkaz Rav, if I'm not mistaken. His son was studying with my son in the Yeshiva High School. He's one of the top officers that anyone that came out of the network of Yeshivot, of Rav Kook Yeshivot. He was the commanding officer of Hebron when he was killed in a terrible terrorist incident. Why am I mentioning it? Rabbi Kook has idioms for each and every month, sayings. And on the month of Kislev, Rav Kook writes, Gvurat emet timatzeh, the courage of truth, where will it be found? Rak b'makom she'or Elokim shama. Only in the place where there's the light of godliness. Again, power and courage will be found where there's power, real power, emet. True power and courage will be found in a place where there is the lights of God. The explanation given here by one of the students of Rav Tzvi Kook, Rabbi Kalchaim, Zecher Tzadik Levracha, is that there's a lot of people that have courage and power. But those that have courage and power, it's connected to Torah values, to the ideals of Torah. That is the true test of real, true courage. If you'll have the ability to withstand difficult situations, in every case, like the courage of the Hashmonaim. Remember, during the Greek Hellenistic attempt to overtake the land of Israel and change the values and the spirit of the Jewish people, we were reeling the doldrums. Beit HaMikdash activities were stopped. No one was willing to fight them. Fellow Jews were assimilating, and they became even the best Greeks, like Hellenistic Greeks, and so on and so forth. Who stood up to fight, to leave the Beit Midrash? The Kohanim, called the Hashmonaim. Okay? They depicted the courage of a Jewish fighter because they stem from the existence of eternity, that God gives power to fight. God gives us the ability to maintain ourselves for all generations. If you even ask regarding the word, the courageous, the powerful, the Mishnah rhetorically asks in Pirkei Avot, who is the Gibor? Who is the courageous? Who is the powerful? And the Mishnah answers, Hakovesh et Yitzro. The one that has the ability that he conquers his Yetzer Hara. In other words, if you're strong and courageous and very fearful, but you've still not reached the attribute of a gevura, of real courage. The attribute of gevura is when you have difficulties in life. Sibuchim, whether it's in war, whether it's the Yetzer Hara, in your home or outside with the oyev, the enemy from the outside or the enemy from the inside. And you have the ability to collide, to cope with, and stand up with these difficult situations. That is a great thing. On that Shabbat night, 23 years ago, on the lane of walking between Marat HaMachpelah and the town of Kiryat Arba, all of a sudden, many terrorists came out and were shooting at our worshipers, shooting at the army. It was a tremendous surprise. Yet, this courageous young man, Dror Weinberg, what did he do? He ran out to the front and he started shooting and fighting at the area of the fire to the enemy. This was something that only someone has true courage, that prepared himself in all training, that when you have fellow Jews in danger, you don't make any accounts of you, your family, nothing. He went out running up front and fighting and firing. And where did he learn this? Of course, they learned this. This is the top type of training that the army trains for. But you need idealism. You need the spirit of godliness inside you. And therefore, this famous quote of Gvurat Emet, the real true courage will only be found where the light of godliness is. He was killed that Shabbat night, Parshat Vayetze. This wonderful story of a commander of the Hebron forces, very sad event where many others were killed at night. Like I told you, my son was in high school with his son. I actually sat. There was a parents-teachers meeting. I didn't know about this great officer. And the parents arrived, and they gave us, in the Rav Kook Yeshiva High School, my son is there and his son is there, and we're sitting at a lunch table. They want to give us good food before we meet with the teachers. So we're sitting at a meal. I'm sitting here, and all of a sudden I see a guy with a uniform with a lot of stars on his shoulders. He was so humble. He made nothing out of himself. I just asked him, what is his name? Shalom, I'm Menachem, what's your name? He said, my name is Dror. Later I found out he's such a high-ranking officer, but he had such great humility. He had a sense of, I'm doing a shlichut, I'm doing a mission for Am Yisrael. May we learn from the great attributes of the light of Gvura that this gentleman, this great warrior had, and may this also be in all our soldiers. Amen. Shalom.